Hey, this is Jeff from TYT Nation.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going, man?
I kind of, hey, pretty good, pretty good. I kind of want to give a slight defense of Gary Johnson. I know you covered the Aleppo thing earlier, and look, while I agree with you that he should know about Aleppo, the thing that I really want to kind of defend him on is really kind of the media outrage about it. You notice all of corporate media immediately jumped down his throat.
Yep.
When you had, when you just had the night before Matt Lauer doing a terrible job, an awful job at following up with questions on Donald Trump. And yet, all of corporate media going after Gary Johnson for, yes, it was a stupid mistake. He should know. I agree with you. He should definitely know. But I think that the media outrage is just really kind of a corporate media attempt to try to silence voices that are not establishment approved. Do you agree? Or
I would say I agree with you like 95%. I think that and it's a strong 95%, right? I agree with you that but the 5% I disagree with you on is that, you got to be prepared for that exact thing. For that exact thing. Like, they would take any opportunity to destroy you because you're a threat to the two-party system, right? You pose a reasonable threat, a reasonable chance of getting 15% at one point, not anymore, but he stood a chance of getting 5% in the national election to get some funding. And so that you have to be on your A game every step of the way. Now, besides that one caveat, I would say, it has been they've had a field day with it. And it's another good 24-hour news cycle thing. That's all the news is here for us for. They're here to just drive a news cycle. But it's such an important city, right? It's if you don't know any other city, people mistake Aleppo to be the capital because of how much it's in the news, right? And it's not the capital. Damascus is the capital, obviously, but still, it's such a large component of what's happening in Syria that I can't say I will agree that they are going over and above, but I think Gary Johnson gave them something good to go with. So it's any guess for me, man. I don't know. I can go either way with that one. But Jeff, hey man, go ahead.
I just want to add one more thing to this too. I agree with you 100% that Aleppo is incredibly important to what's going on in Syria. I mean, it's the main, flashpoint between pro-Assad forces and the Syrian rebels, whoever they might be, and we don't really know, right? As far as I know, we don't know exactly who makes up the Syrian rebels. They could be Islamists, they might not be. I mean, I don't know. And I don't think a lot of people know. And the example that I want to give to illustrate how much the media doesn't really cover what's going on in Syria. They've done a really, really bad job in covering the Syrian civil war. Yeah. The New York Times recently had to go through an edit twice because first they called Aleppo the de facto capital of the Islamic State, which is Raqqa.
Raqqa, yeah.
Right. And then they had to go back and say, well, it's ISIS stronghold. And then they had to go and edit that again, all in trying to make fun of Gary Johnson. So it's a failure on the media, and it's a failure from Gary Johnson himself.
Now I think that's a great point, right? So in their effort to make fun of Gary Johnson, they expose the fact that they're not even equipped to educate the average American on what's happening in Syria. So to that end, on that, I will applaud you and agree 100%. Listen, Jeff, we've been meaning to link together and get you on the show for a while, man. Tell everybody how they can, this Jeff from TYT Nation, where's your Twitter handle and your YouTube channel?
My Twitter handle is at TYT Nation, and you can go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/TYT Nation. There's already people in the chat that view my show as well, and I want to get more people to watch your show as well. So
cool, man.
Because you're doing a great job here, Ben.
Hey, man, thanks a lot. And you know what? Let's do it formally next time. We'll get you on video and have you on the show.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Hey, take care. Thanks for the call.
All right, bye.
857-600-0518 to join the conversation. Now, that's a good point, right? If you're gonna make fun of Gary Johnson, at least know what the hell you're talking about, right? At least have two really good researchers who could put it together in a document and make it seem like you know what the hell you're talking about, even though you might not know what the hell you're talking about. Even though I didn't know Aleppo was a city. I knew about the Battle of Aleppo. I just didn't know it was as old as it was, in full transparency, because this is the no bullshit zone, right? You have the no spin zone. This is the no bullshit zone. So I didn't know it was as old as it is.